STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
Three-letter organizations. If they're three-letter organizations, man, most of the time they are up to no good.
Dismantling.
In the case of the WEF,
Get a whiff of dismantlation.
These people are an interesting group. Insanely disconnected from the realities of society. Oh my God. How does a human being's brain work in this way? It is really something spectacular. It's really an art of work. When you see the capabilities and where the human brain can go, it's just like your body, man. It's an incredible work of engineering from the Most High. It's about what are you going to do with these powers that has been given to you.
Some have chosen to do evil.
Manipulation, chaos, control. But it's interesting because your mind is also capable of fighting back against this kind of darkness. Disinformation tops World Economic Forum agenda. You see Mario Naufal on Twitter nicely outlined this one, and we're going to show you a little video after this one as well. It reads, disinformation has emerged as the principal global risk, overshadowing critical issues like geopolitical tensions and climate change, Shabi. I thought that last year they were saying that climate change will slaughter us all.
We just had several foot of snow. It's changing for sure.
I think after the last one, they came to the realization that this information thing with everybody having access to info, it is shaking our plans. This is how you know you're winning. I want to point this out again to you guys. This is how you know you are winning, because they have pivoted to block against a punch that has come from society, which is this free information. What do you think?
On point.
Okay. Experts at the World Economic Forum highlighted the potential of misinformation to undermine democratic process in a year packed with major elections.
Remember, we went from age of information.
Yeah.
We're now going to the age of misinformation. Who is releasing the misinformation?
Who knows? They say they are concerned about voter manipulation and political instability caused by disinformation.
Who is doing the disinformation?
I don't know, brother. Tell us what is happening here.
I watched that World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Several speeches, especially the one from the president of Argentina.
Yeah.
That was the only true information in the entire forum.
Yeah, dude. That was satisfying.
The rest of it was the true, real disinformation and misinformation.
Yes, I agree with you there. The disappointing ones, I have to point out something. I want to point out something. Let me just pause for a moment. I wish I brought this up when I was thinking of when I put this stuff here together. Last year, we had pointed out that if you look in this room, there was no black people. Can you see that this year there was actually some black people on stage? Yeah. Listen, you might think that we're doing these videos and there is nothing happening. You might think that we're doing these videos and it's just for nothing. Okay.
Oh, some people are not paying attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a clear issue here. There is a group of people that are absolutely insane, out of their minds. Okay. And we all owe it to ourselves to do the best we can. Don't tell me that nobody is paying attention to you. Don't tell me that you're too busy. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you're too small.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, man. This mission is one that every little ounce counts. That is why we continue to do it. Because even if we're talking to 5 people, at the time when it matters the most, those 5 people can join the group of the other 5 people from another channel and maybe the other 10 people from another channel. That increases the number count. That is how we keep back control of our value and our lives, really, because that's what these people are after, right? But yeah, this time around there were some black people on the stage. Okay.
You know how when the real damage needs to occur,
yeah,
they usually send the black people to go do the dirty job.
Yes.
I saw a lot of that.
Yes, I saw that. But you see, these people are misinformed, misguided, and sadly, the ones that are going to be betraying their own people with this misinformation and disinformation, as they want to call it as well.
Isn't there that psychology or that study, that science study that says that usually it's the person, like, you're saying everybody is giving misinformation, but when you actually do the research, the actual person saying that, oh, it's misinformation, it's disinformation, sometimes the actual source of that. Same thing happened with the old war on drugs. That all happened from school to prison system, saying that black people were violent for the environment. Not actually. The actual violence was the systemic violence that now impacts the people, and now the people now become violent. Like the rats in the cage during the scientific experiment did not just become violent. You starved them to death. And you created an environment that allowed them or create them to start attacking one another. You don't then say that the rats are evil.
Yes.
You created the environment for the rats to be evil, so you're actually the evil one.
Yes.
That's exactly what's going on here.
Yes. And listen, it's Genjitsu, man. I just have one word. Alex Jones. Okay. How many things did that guy say that is now
facts?
Okay. Check out this video. I'm sure this is the group of people that will be considered disinformation pushers.
Fox News, of course, right?
Fox News, of right? So check this out.
Joining me now is Ned Ryan, American CEO. Ned, great to see you tonight. It seems that the goal of this crowd is to kind of create the same panic about climate change that they successfully created around COVID. Do I have this wrong?
No, you have it correct. I mean, first of all, we have to accept the World Economic Forum is a fanatical political organization that uses fear and manipulation like COVID hysteria, like the hoax of global warming, to really facilitate people thinking that somehow they're the saviors, but really all you're doing is helping them accomplish their goal, which really is a global public-private fascist movement and fusion of big government, big tech, big money to create a technocratic ruling elite, which conveniently is them. And really, Laura, if you want to look at it a different way, too, with the World Economic Forum, they want to create feudalism 2.0, in which we are serfs and they are the lords ruling over us. You'll have nothing and be happy is one of the things that comes out of Davos. That's what they're aiming for. They're aiming for feudalism in which we are serfs and we should be happy that they are ruling over us.
As you can see, you can find more content like that over there. You give the people their shout out, give them their credit where is due. Double, what do you think of that situation there?
At some point, you have to say the war is on. Literally, we are under constant pressure.
Yeah.
And you have to say, do you just sit down and take a blow, or do you do your part?
Yeah.
Wide Awake Media is doing their part.
Absolutely.
We at STAKK are doing our part. Is that, yes, we're in the information age, but at some point, that same information that came to us and is now revealing and awakening the people now threatens the establishment.
Yeah.
So the way the establishment maintains control is to now say, way too much information, let's start limiting and controlling it. You have Apple blocking apps, you have Google blocking apps, you have Google and Apple blocking your social media channels, especially with Instagram, anytime you speak the truth. You've built that wealth based on the information, but now you're now limiting it to others.
Yeah.
And now this PPP thing that World Economic Forum have been talking about, the public-private partnership.
Yeah, public-private partnership.
It's only for a very few niche people.
Of course.
They want to limit your access to the information. The information that you need to know about your value, your store of value, that you can hold on to that value by yourself without their control of it. They don't want you to know that.
Listen to this, man. Public-private partnership. Okay? It means that a private entity will be having a partnership with the public. In this situation, the public does not need to consent. to this partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about that, I think about the CBDC. If you remember that paper we read from the Bank of BIS, Bank of International Settlements.
Yes.
And the way that CBDC is designed is that there is a retail CBDC,
Wholesale.
and then there's a wholesale CBDC.
Mm-hmm.
Who is on the private side and who is on the public side, right?
Ask questions.
So the private side seems to me that it would be people like this, the World Economic Forum, where we cannot see
the
what
big
they're
banks,
doing, right?
the big techs.
But then there is a public side, which is everybody else. And in this partnership, I mean, ask Africa how these partnerships go. They'll tell you.
You'll find out quick.
Yeah. Insane. This is what is brewing in people's minds. And it is our responsibility to say, hey, we don't want to participate in this madness. Leave us alone. Okay. I do not see where Schwab and I can connect on any sort of subject matter. We know now that the climate change thing that they've been pushing so hard seems to no longer be the priority because technology is threatening that same agenda, which is this ability for all of us to be able to share info freely. It seems to me that if the environment or what would they say, global warming was such a threat, in a room full of people with all the money on earth, an effective solution should just be implemented to save the rest of humanity. If you guys care about humanity,
They won't be flying those private jets and having those beachfront houses if global warming was really a thing.
Exactly. Why do you need to have summits every year to come and bitch about, the climate, we need to take off the climate, when you might have the resources to just, hand it over to these countries, maybe invest in your environment, right, with all these positive things. I mean, look at Africa, man.
Or freaking have a Zoom call without having to fly those private jets in.
Exactly, right? When I look at most African nations and they're sitting over here talking about we need to go green, we are going green to where? You were not even on the other side of global warming. You're talking about going green. Where are you going green to, my friend?
You haven't even caught up with the technological revolution.
And you see this stupid lady sitting there on stage talking about, this and that. We need to give everyone a phone. So that. You give them a phone, they'll charge it where? Listen.
So that you can send your CBDCs, your CBDCs to them and then control them even more.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is some serious issues going on in our society. All we're saying is that you need to ask questions.
Oh, man.
Because when you ask questions and you try to connect these dots, you see that it does not align. Double up.
Yeah, that part about giving them all phones. Africans don't need phones. They need information. Yeah. You know what phones is doing to Americans?
If you're taking free phone from someone, man, just know that they're using that phone against you. They're using it against you.
Nothing is free.
You probably won't be able to buy Bitcoin on that phone.
Nature is not free.
It's not.
To breathe oxygen, your heart has to work.
Yeah, it's not free.
It has to pump like hell for you to be alive. Living is not free.
It's not. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is an insane situation. Again, please keep asking questions. And remember that the reason why we do these videos is because we want to free ourselves from this sort of tyrant systems, private banking systems that has entrapped our value, entrapped our money, or if you want to say enslaved everything that we work for. So we just need to be in a system that allows inclusion for everyone, trust, and what else can we say?
Awakening.
Yes. It's a total mindset transformation, to be honest. Okay.
It requires it.
Listen. Anything else you want to add before we close this one? Okay. Subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Okay. Like the video. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers this year, ladies and gentlemen. That's our goal. So if you're subscribing, know that your click has made a massive difference in our goal. Okay. We'll be able to reach more people and help more people with this information. Ultimately, that is the goal here. We are also on X as STAKK and of course Spotify as STAKK. Until next time, brazen out.
Double O.